one. Ladles and jelly spoons. Oh, here we are, Governor. Another day. It's rainy and sad here at the farm. It's not sad, it's just rainy and wet. How are things down there on the coast?
Sunny and dry. Everybody's
Yay!
loving it down here.
Yay! Let's tell everybody what we're doing before we get too far into it. The news is there's Oprah did an interview.
Yeah, yeah. The Queen of America did an interview with the future Queen of England. Oh, it was going to be the future Queen of England, but then she kind of quit.
It's the best description.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there were lots of opinions about the royals, the ex-royals interview that Oprah did, and Gogglebox had some things to say about it. You guys heard about it through the news.
yeah. We were keeping up with the British news. It's quite controversial over there. It seems to be like it's interesting that over in the UK, they're pretty much against Meghan and Harry. They're pro Queen and anti, Meghan. But over here in America, it seems to be the other way around. Everybody's pro Meghan over here.
Yeah, man. Well, the home team is now not the home team. Things
Right.
are getting weird.
Yeah, yeah.
The empire conquered so many people that they're among us now. Right? Like that's got to be what they're thinking.
Right. Yeah.
There's some pretty. Did you see the meme of Harry? Not Harry. What's the other? Who's the other prince?
William?
Yeah, that one. Prince William and his his version of Katie Holmes,
Oh, yeah.
being carried on these sleds by a bunch of black people.
Oh, nice.
Did you see that? It was a great meme. It was like, yeah, no, the royal family's not racist at all. Anyway,
All right.
that's one of the topics of the interview. Things get fun. Let's get right into it, shall we?
Yeah, do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, the royal families aren't racist.
No, how could they
They
possibly be?
conquer black countries and brown countries. Yeah, nothing racist about that.
So let's see if I get stuck with another ad. Somebody that sponsors Googlebox. All right.
Yeah, that's what I think
Well, we should explain real quick. We're now banned in UK. The good news, like you are watching an outlawed channel of information, people.
Yeah, that's right.
We are officially banned in a couple of
That was
places.
pretty quick, right? I guess the algorithm snitched on us.
I
We
I
uploaded it to YouTube.
Yeah, I think I know exactly where they got us, and we're gonna find out after we do today. So this is Renegade Podcast 1, if you can call it that. And where are we banned officially? Ireland, Jersey.
Yeah, the Channel Islands, like Guernsey. What's left of the empire? Basically, a few fish and chip shops on the south coast of France. Places like that.
That's great. That's great. I just love that that two people as white as you and I can piss off the white empire. That's it makes me feel better
Largest
about
empire
myself.
ever.
Yeah, it makes my white privilege hurt a little less. You know,
Even the Romans had a little bit of color in them.
truly the whitest of empires. The Norse may have something to say about that, but
Well, the North were they were pretty white too. Yeah.
but they didn't last as long. Not as prolific.
No.
Not
That's
as prolific. Patron Sermon chimed in. Said Prince Albert ? Yes, I do. I do have one, but that's another episode. That is not why I'm banned in the UK. That's actually why I'm invited back.
That's why it's so popular in Scotland.
Yeah, us non-pants people need security somehow. Okay, so I think we've made it through the commercial. We've got it queued up here,
Look at
and
that stag pillow. That's pretty nice.
oh yeah, dude, stags are mystical. They cure people, don't they? I don't know the story there. The red stag in Russia is supposed to be very good for you.
Nice.
All right, so Royal Deep Dive. Here we go. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see how goofy this comes off and what people were upset about. You got to tell me if you think you identify what people were mad about, too. Here we go. Just like, peace the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm not paid for this. You're gonna pay me if I'm gonna be on this show.
So since it came up so quick, I'll go ahead and divulge. The reason I paused it right there so quick is because I think this is what got us last time. We played at one point in the last clip their theme song in its entirety, and so we're gonna do some muting in between Tranbear.
No, you're not gonna get it. There's another pair of cards. Look at that, a bear and a giraffe, I guess.
Got to be a giraffe's butt that we're looking at there. Gotta be.
What do you want to be drinking out of? I want to drink out of a giraffe's butt.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to have to pick my cup up. I want to have deny.
That guy's face. That's an O face right there. That's his orgasm.
She stabbed him to see that it was challenging. That's a good start.
I wonder if they've actually watched it. You know, I wonder if the Queen has
they
sat
watched
down
it.
and
Who
actually
wouldn't
watched
watch it?
Oprah.
Do you think though?
And look, if you like, well, you put yourself in that position. If you knew somebody was going to go on TV and talk about you, you would watch it, right?
Yeah, I would. I definitely would. I'd definitely be doing something else at the same time, like scrolling through Facebook. But you know, it'd be on in the background.
You'd want to know what they were going to say because you knew they were going to talk about you, right? So she'd be watching it.
On the other hand, I kind of imagine the Queen has someone else to do that for her. And
Watch
just
this
come and
program
give.
and tell me what they said.
And you know, his name's Cliff, and he brings the notes. And
Yeah, nice.
as opposed to the people that we really don't pay for.
Right. Yeah.
Who's raised, particularly that of race, are concerning.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see
Of course
that.
Yeah, it's pretty concerning. We'll never know how much the Queen herself knew. So, but you know,
Well,
she's
yeah.
I'm sure she's gonna keep a tighter grip on shit from now on, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to find
So
this.
it's good for them, I guess. You get this kind of feedback.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to. I didn't even know they had an HR department. Like that's kind of hilarious.
Oh, so but the Queen probably is shocked about that too.
Yeah,
She's
and
like,
so
is
it-
that why I never hear about all this shit? People have been talking to HR, not to me. That's why I never heard about this shit.
So I wonder who got fired. Like you can't disown the children, but if they've got an HR department,
Yeah, she's making a few phone
might
calls.
have an
Hello,
answer.
this is the Queen. I hear we have an HR department. Fire them all. Fire these people I just found out existed.
issues raised particularly.
Take it very seriously and addressed by the family privately. Yeah. It is a family matter. Well, it's also a national matter because it's the Queen.
Yeah, it's well,
I mean,
it's a family matter, but the lines of secrecy and privacy, you know, in the age of all that going away,
Right.
it would have been a family matter if it was all in the house. But now it's across the ocean, and that's we'll see what that segment comes up as.
Yeah, well, that was good. I'm going to have to cut out of here pretty soon. But
Yeah, we've been at it for an
enjoyed that.
hour. We've been at it for an hour, and the Meghan thing is, as long as they don't come back and do more
do more Meg.
Meghan stuff, then we can dip out.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. Like, can you imagine living in a family with an HR department?
Right.
That still blows my mind. What's that even like?
The family HR. How
Yeah.
do you get that job?
Right. What poor sob has to deal with that?
Especially a kind of screwed up family like that.
And are they? Does that include the nannies? Like, is the HR department how involved in life is the HR department? What are they?
I
really
want to
doing?
know how long have they had an HR department? Because Henry VIII used to chop his wives' heads off. I mean, what did HR say about that?
They made that recommendation actually. HR, I'm sure.
Off with her head.
I'm sure at the time they came out and they said, "Look, you can't flay these women. That's
Times are changing, Harry.
you have to behead them. Like, there's just let's be reasonable about this." Okay, so we made it through the commercial. We'll listen to it and see what they come back with.
You've had a glass full
That's actually
coming out of your nose.
that's amazing. This girl's just. I should put this back on the screen.
Stop it being minging. Isn't it nice?
This girl's
It
choking on her
tastes
beverage,
all right.
and I thought she was gonna die for a second there. That's funny. I have no idea what they're gonna be talking about though. Come on. Get to it. Are we still talking about the Royals?
Thursday night, there was
You turn the
something
volume up a little bit.
creepy on.
Yeah.
I love this.
This is right up your street, this
Love
Julie,
it.
innit?
See, I don't mind ghosts and shit. I don't find any of this sort
Oh
of
no,
stuff scary.
ghosts. We can do ghosts another time.
Yeah, that's fine. We can finish it some other time.
Yeah. So as far as a wrap up, there you go. Did any of that change your opinion from what you had heard about
Well, it's a royal family. It's a screwed up family. But it is a unique family. I mean, it's not like you can apply that shit to anybody else, your own, family or anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, at some point you've got to just appreciate the experiment. Like, none of the way that it came about is good or fair or just or
No.
anything like that. But the fact that it exists means you should pay attention to it, right? And this,
Right.
it's interesting though, because when you look at the big scheme of things, like what's happening as a global culture and cultural changes that always happen, but these paradigm shifts that occur after several generations, like sooner or later, somebody's going to rock that ship, and that ship's big enough that if it gets rocked, it's going to make waves.
With the low waves, yeah.
Which, anyway, anything you want to toss out there before we get out of here? Because we've been at it for a while, so we don't need
I
to.
mean, they're
belabor it.
saying it's racism, and it may very well be, but she's American too. It's a whole different culture. There's definitely a cultural thing that imbalance too, as well as a racial thing.
Well,
Not that excuses anything, but there you go.
but does well, I conceive racial inequity very differently in different countries because the phenomenon of racism occurs all over the place.
Yeah.
But America has a pretty unique version of racism.
Right.
But it is very similar because of our roots to what I imagine the British version of racism is.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering how this plays into the conversation that people want to have about, reparations being one extreme, but the more obvious example of systemic racism in America. Do you think these two things would ever collide, or does it have an impact
Right.
over
It's
here?
always
I don't
there
know.
for sure.
Anyway, food for thought. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the live feed. Feel free to share the link, spread the word, share the love, all that good stuff. Burn the set list. We'll do it again soon.
Unless you live in England when you can't see it.
Unless you live somewhere we're banned. Yeah, we'll give you a full report on how extensive the banning is after we post this on YouTube. But thanks for
Nice.
joining us on the live stream. Adios.